Hi everyone, this is Tamai. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to share with you some of the things that really helped me get through the hard days of my healing journey when my hands are full of cuts or they're just itchy and inflamed. There are many of those days, but I got through them and I will be sharing what they are. There are many days that, as I mentioned in the previous video, that I just wished that I could put something over my skin because they were so painful, but I knew that if I had put something on my skin, it wasn't going to help me. I was probably going to react and end up in a worse condition. So I knew it wasn't the choice, but I still thought about putting something over because they were just uncomfortable and painful. And I think the lowest was when I couldn't even pull up my jeans. It was just so hard. So anyway, let's get started. So first I have Epsom Salt. So this is from San Francisco Salt Company. I'm not promoting anything, but this is just what I like and what I've been using. So I tried Dead Sea Salt also at the beginning of my healing journey, and then I tried Epsom Salt, and I found Epsom Salt, I guess, more suitable for my skin, so this is what I ended up using more of. I would put 2 cups of the Epsom Salt and also half a cup to a cup of baking soda, just regular baking soda, and then also add lavender essential oil, organic, about 20 drops. This is purely for relaxation purpose, and I would just soak for about 30 to sometimes an hour, depending on how I felt. I think what's recommended is 20 minutes. Taking bath is part of my culture. I don't do it anymore every day, but back home that's what I did growing up. So I do like taking baths. So after TSW, I just remember this. I used to take baths whenever I felt like my body was a little bit out of balance. So I didn't add any salt or anything at that time. It just felt like my skin did a lot better if I had a dry spot or something. And also during the winter time, you don't really sweat that much. So I kind of liked sweating while taking bath, and I felt it kind of cleansed my body. So during this healing journey, I have relied on detox bath a lot. Whenever I had an itch attack or I wanted to see my hands heal a little bit better, I would take a bath. Not every day. I probably did every other day when it was terrible, and then maybe stretch out a little bit as my skin was doing better. Lately, I've been taking once a week just as a self-care, and I like to use it as a reset for my body weekly, and it makes me feel good the next day, and I know it helps my body, so I like to continue doing this for as long as possible. And sometimes in the past week, the temperature was really cold and I felt like washing my hands sort of dried my hands, and I was more prone to getting cuts. They're not as deep, but I like to soak when that happens. So I might do twice a week if that was happening, because I'm not completely healed. I still have a little bit of a cut. So I still use this method to this day. If I don't have time to take a bath, I use just a mixing bowl like this and fill it with hot water, not too hot that it would burn your hands, but fairly not lukewarm, but on a hotter side. And then I would put 2 tablespoons of the same Epsom salt, and then if I feel like adding baking soda, I would put a tablespoon. And then if I am having cuts, I would put tea tree and rose geranium oil, because they are anti-inflammatory. So I use them a lot and they really save my skin. And then also lavender. I just like to use that. So it's like an aromatherapy session. And I would soak my hands in this for about 10 minutes. I found out that if I soak my hands in this for 15 to 20 minutes, my hands can sometimes get itchy, so I like to keep it short. 5 to 10 minutes is really effective, and they help my hands heal better. So that's what I did when I didn't have time to take a bath. I just wanted some quick relief, like in the middle of the night, if I had an itch attack, I would come downstairs and do this hand soak, and then it always made me feel better. I think the essential oils helped with cuts, but not really with like fluids, like oozing or like little tiny bubbles that I got. So I would just stick to Epsom salt and just keep it simple. The reason why I use baking soda is because I read that it helps soften the skin. So I found when I used to do detox bath using Dead Sea salt, my hands or my skin would get a little bit drier afterwards. So I found that adding baking soda really kind of prevents that from happening and keeps my skin softer. So that's why I put in baking soda. And the next one is those gloves to do dishes. I could not have done chores without these. And sometimes when my hands were really dry, I felt like doing dishes using hot water, and that kind of creates a steam effect for your hands. So afterwards, my hands were in a better condition. So I sort of look forward to doing dishes because of that whenever my hands were doing so well. I use them for cleaning the house as well, always protecting my hands. The next one is a dry brush. I started dry brushing in July of 2017 when my hands were still going through frequent ups and downs, and they really helped me with itchiness. Not that I use this to itch myself, but I did it before taking a shower. You start with your feet and then you come up, and then you do your back and your hands, and everything ends at your heart. And it helped me control the itchiness. Another thing is it helps move the lymph, so it helps you with your detoxification. And I wouldn't use this on your raw skin. I did not do it when my skin was raw and oozing. So I sort of started when it was more on the dry side, and I didn't use on my hands if I had a lot of cuts. And I wash this once a week with just regular soap that I use for my hands. Lastly, the cotton gloves. It says love. I know they look dorky. They really saved me at night when I didn't want to be scratching. Some days I did wake up without them. They were like on the floor. So most of the time they help me not itch during the night, so I always wore them. And also when I wanted to minimize using my hands, I thought, oh, I should use the cotton gloves to fold laundry and make the beds. And I did, and it made a huge difference. It was such a relief for my hands. So I started using these to do those chores. And also in the winter, then this is just for girls, like to wear tights, I use also these, because with dry skin you can do lots of damage before you step out the house. So I started using these for that purpose as well, and they were very handy. I have one more thing, so it is Band-Aids. Yeah, just Band-Aids. I know, nothing that I've been sharing are amazing things, but those are the things that really helped me get through my healing journey. When I had so many cuts and it was just hard to bend, and even turning the doorknob or opening a jar and doing my daughter's hair, the simple tasks of day-to-day life, they made a huge difference. in just the quality of my life. So these are the things that help me get through my healing journey. I'm hoping that you'll find this information helpful. Thank you for watching another video of mine, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.